Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new Class 66 Rocks Locomotive review. Now in this review we're taking a look at a quite special locomotive. It is quite rare as it's not one that you can get easily. Now I got this particular locomotive for, I think it was around £80 on eBay, as I bid against other bidders and eventually I was the winning bidder. Now, I'd been after this locomotive for quite some time after bidding on 2 or 3 other ones that were the same, obviously being sold by different sellers. So this one came up and I thought this time I just have to get this particular locomotive. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we've got today then. So, as we can see today, we've got a Lima collection locomotive, but as you can see there on the insert, it is the Eddie Stobart Limited Class 20. So we'll have a look at the certificate of authentication in a minute. So as you can see, it's in the old style Lima box, as you can see. So if we just have a look at the back, obviously you can see we have just a bit of information that says it's not suitable for children under 36 months due to the small detachable parts. So if we just turn the box round to the side now, we can see it is the product number L205069 diesel locomotive class 20001 in Eddie Stobart Limited livery. So let's take it out of the box and have a look at it. Now, as you may have noticed, one of the cardboard side handles, well, flaps should I say, just fell off, so we're not too worried about that. It doesn't affect the overall condition of the locomotive, so we'll just take that out. Okay, so let's take a look at the certificate of authentication first. So as we can see, it's the Eddie Stobart Limited Lima Class 20, and this is model number 616 of 750 made, and it's been signed by Eddie Stobart, Chairman and Chief Executive of Eddie Stobart Limited. As some of you may be aware, Edward Stobart has since passed away, so this is quite an old locomotive. I'm not too sure what year it was made though, even though it says about the Class 20 entered service in 1957. So I'm just seeing if I can see any information about when this particular model was released, but there's nothing of note. But if you do know, please leave your comments below. Okay, so let's get onto the model then. So first off, if I just turn the box around, you can see we've got no holes on the back of the box, so we'll have to be careful how we take this out. It's in a foam style tray, as you can tell, and it's got some little foam inserts around the box just to protect certain areas. Okay, so now let's take the locomotive out and take a proper look at it. Okay, so here we have the Class 20, and I've got to say, first impressions is it's absolutely stunning. It has got quite a bit of weight to it, so it's good for haulage capacity, which I think this locomotive is going to be on freight duties anyway. So let's start with the front of the locomotive. So, as we can see on the front here, we've got the Stobart S arrows. They have a red background around the arrow area and a yellow coloured S in the middle. Moving down now, we can see the head code box area, or head code disc area, whatever you wish to call it. Now on some Class 20s these have got numbers in, some of them they haven't. So moving down, we can see we've got a little area there. I think that's maybe where there should be a light, but if you do know, please leave your comments below. So moving down again, you can see we've got no detailing on the buffer beams just there, but we've got round buffers, but they're not sprung. But we might be able to do something with them, I'm not too sure yet. and we've got the moulded coupling link, which is used by both Lima and Hornby on their older style models. So turning the locomotive round to the side now, as you can see, we've got 4 wheels on either bogie. I've just got a bit of foam stuck to my finger there, so I'll just move that. Okay, so taking a look at the side now, you can see we have actually got some very nice etched fan grills on the side here. So it is quite a nice touch to the Class 20. As you can see, we've got the words Eddie Stobart Limited in yellow. They've got like a red 3D-ish shadow effect in red at the back of the lettering. So moving along now, we can see again we've got some etched fan grills, etc. just there. Moving the loco around to the back now, as you can see we've got the door. That unfortunately doesn't open, although it would have been a nice feature if it did. We've got the 2 windows just there. Again, we've got a gold Stobart S arrow. The majority of that is on the green bodywork. And we have the locomotive number 20001. So, taking a look at the back of the locomotive now. So, as we can see, on the top of the roof area, we've got the Stobart S arrows again. They have a red background with a yellow S in the middle of both of them. As you can see, we've got some windows on the left and right hand sides. Moving down again, you can see we've got a head code box area. Like I say, sometimes there goes a number in there, but this varies on different models anyway. I mean, this is a Lima model. I mean, some of Batman's models are different again, so they're not all the same. So moving down, you can see we've got some round buffers, but again they're not sprung, and again we have Hornby's and Lima's moulded style coupling, but that will be removed and replaced with an NEM coupling pocket. Okay, so taking a look at the other side now, as you can see again we've got the windows on the back and the door just there. Again we've got the Stobart S arrow in a goldish yellow colour and the locomotive number 20001. Moving along now, you can see we've got some etched grill effects. So if I just rub my hand over each of them, you can see that they are slightly etched, although newer models these days you can actually rub your hand and they make like a scratching noise. Okay, so moving along now, you can see again we've got the words Eddie Stobart Limited, and again on the front of the locomotive, like I say, like we're there. If I do that now, that's what I mean by it being like an etched effect, where you can sort of make a noise with your nail if you rub your finger on it. And again on the front of the locomotive, we've got some more etched grill effects just there. So taking a look at the roof of the locomotive now, as you can see it's quite basic, although we have got an etched grill and a fan just on the front just there, and it would be really good if that was made to spin, even if Hornby re-released the Class 20 or something like that, because I know they did it with the Class 56, so it would be nice if they redid a Class 20 maybe with a spinning fan in it. Okay, so that's it basically. The Lima Class 20 in Eddie Stobart Limited livery.